it's finally time. We're not months away from the World Cup, we're just days away. You can almost smell it. The squads have been released, kits have dropped, and now we're just waiting in anticipation for the first ball to be kicked. The biggest question stands: who's got the best shot at winning the whole thing? That's where we come in, and we're gonna give you our Copa Power rankings for the best 10 teams at this year's World Cup. In at number 10, it's Mexico. A number of different countries could have snuck in here with Uruguay, Nigeria, Denmark, Serbia, and Egypt, shout out Mo Salah, all at least deserving a quick mention, but it's El Tri who get the nod. You never truly know what you're gonna get out of a Mexico team, but this squad is full of attacking talent, and they really could make some big waves in Russia. Jesus Corona, Chicharito, Carlos Vela, and the kid himself, Chucky Lozano, can be a legitimately elite collection of attackers on their day, and if Mexico's midfield and backline can match up, that fifth game might just happen. In at number 9, it's England. The Three Lions, man, what can you say? Every single tournament, there's a huge swell of support for this team, but alongside it, unrealistic expectations get heaped onto their shoulders. This time around, however, it looks like there's a newfound positivity towards the team, and in large part, it stems from the fact that there's new, legitimate, and exciting quality throughout the squad these days, and a realistic view as to where they stand in the world's game right now. Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Raheem Sterling, and the rest of this relatively young team are well worth getting excited about. And Gareth Southgate's boys have the potential to make some noise this summer. Probably don't put them down as your winners, but don't count them out for a deep run either. In at number 8 is Lionel Messi. There's no need to even pretend here. It's Leo and a bunch of other dudes he dragged this far. And they'll only go as far as he can drag them in this tournament too. Why are they in at 8 if they're such dead weight? Come on, man, it's Messi. Seriously though, Argentina have some clear issues. Most knowledgeable footy fans couldn't name 3 of their defenders on paper, they're not much stronger through the midfield, and they barely even got here in the first place. But Messi, that's why they're in 8th. It's the Messi effect. If after this World Cup you told me Argentina went out in the group stage, I'd believe it. If you told me they won the whole thing, I'd believe it. It makes sense. You know it does. In at number 7, sí, Colombia, sí, Caribe. I am all aboard El Treno Colombiano for this one, man. There are still plenty of question marks about this team. They've got an iffy midfield core and a hot and cold backline, but when they get going, it's poetry and coffee-infused motion. James Rodriguez will be the focus as always for Los Cafeteros, but don't sleep on Falcao, who's been banging them in with alarming regularity for years now. And young studs like center back Davinson Sanchez, who stepped up big time at different points throughout the domestic season. As it stands, they're probably favorites to finish top of Group H, and if they get some steam heading into the knockout rounds, we could see another 2014-esque run. In at number 6, it's Belgium. They may have been the most difficult team to place on this list. They're slammed with talent, they've got world-class players at nearly every position, but something seems to be missing. Whether it's in the managerial department with Roberto Martinez already drawing the ire of Red Devils fans with his tactical decisions, and the huge risk he took by leaving Raja Nainggolan out, or simply their lack of success of any sort at the international level. Belgium just aren't convincing. It's hard to call a team with this much ability throughout a dark horse, but that's just what Belgium are. It wouldn't be surprising to see them go deep, but they sit at 6th because it feels like they just don't have something to take them to the next level. Maybe I'm wrong and they'll discover it in Russia. Maybe. In at number 5, it's the Fighting Cristianos. The reigning European champs come into this one far from favorites, but they're in the corner of every hopeful nation's eye as a legitimate contender. With Ronaldo, anything is possible, and with the squad Portugal have to back him up, there's no writing these guys off. The early test against Spain might just be the perfect thing to spark a deep run, and if the role players alongside CR7, I'm looking at you, Bernardo Silva, can show the prodigious talent they have and step out a bit from his shadow, something special could just happen. But really, just look out for Portugal grinding and picking up results. They might just take that formula all the way to the bank. In at number 4, it's Les Bleus. This team really has it all. They've got multiple world-class options at every single position, they're full of sauce, youth, excitement, and promise, and they've got proven winners throughout the team. So where will they fall short? Look no further than the manager. If Didier Deschamps can't figure out how to best use Paul Pogba and Antoine Griezmann, and if he can't mold this diverse France squad into a cohesive unit all on the same page, it's all gonna fall apart. On talent alone, France should have won Euro 2016, but never really looked like they were comfortable in their own skin. In Russia, Deschamps has to get the balance right. He's got one of the most incredible squads in the world at his disposal, and all of the tools are right there for him to use. If he can put them in the right position to succeed, their talent should take them pretty damn far. And at number 3, it's Spain. Watching Spain dismantle Argentina in their March friendly was something special. No, there was no Messi. No, it didn't mean anything, but it did give us a beautiful preview of what we can expect in Russia. The Spanish are back. Tiki-taka is alive and well, and it just feels like Andres Iniesta's last ever World Cup means the magic is gonna flow from his and his teammates' boots. There's no Cesc Fabregas, Alvaro Morata, or Marcos Alonso in this team, but even with those notable absences, Spain are still stacked through and through. With Diego Costa back in form, the contingents from both sides of Madrid and Barcelona all in pretty solid form, I've got a lot of optimism for what we'll see from La Roja. In at number 2 is the Seleção. They're gonna be so much fun, so much fun. There's so much world-class talent in this squad, you could throw a dart at the team sheet and any player's name you hit is liable to get on the score sheet at any given moment. Imagine having to play 5-a-side against Neymar, Coutinho, Douglas Costa, Roberto Firmino, and Gabriel Jesus. You'd quit after 30 seconds, and we haven't even gotten to the surprisingly stacked midfield and defense. Most importantly though, and this goes back to my first point, these guys are gonna be so much fun. And for Brazil, that's the most important thing. If they're having fun, it probably means they're playing well. And if this Brazil team gets into gear, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who can stop them. In at number 1, it's the defending champs, Die Nationalmannschaft. Die Bayern. Okay, not Die Bayern, but how can you look past Germany? For starters, they probably could have entered 3 separate squads to the tournament and still all made it to the knockout rounds. There is insane depth in this team, and nothing illustrates it better than the fact that the 2 men who linked to give them their winning goal in the 2014 World Cup didn't even get a seat on the plane this time around. Germany simply don't really have any weaknesses. They've got the perfect mix of youth and experience, technical ability and athleticism, and most importantly, they've done it all before. Only 4 years ago. Can they do it again? I think so. There you have it, guys. These are our World Cup power rankings. Where'd we go wrong? Who should have made the list? Who's too high and who's criminally low? Get down in the comments and let us know, and we'll catch you next time, COPA fam.